Welcome back, chemists. Today we're going to talk about the geography of the periodic table, or more simply put, the way the periodic table is arranged. So first we need some vocabulary. The horizontal rows on the periodic table are called periods, and the vertical columns are called groups, or sometimes called families. Elements in any group or family will have similar physical and chemical properties, so they'll behave similar ways. The first group we're going to talk about are the alkaline metals. They're the first column on the periodic table. Everything in that column except for hydrogen. And we'll talk about hydrogen at the end of this. So they are super reactive metals. In nature, they're always combined with something else, like in salt. So salt, table salt, is NaCl. So the sodium is the alkaline metal and is combined with something else to create salt. On their own, they are soft enough to cut with a butter knife, to cut in half. Now, combined like salts, they have some different properties. The second column are called the alkali earth metals, the second family on our table. So they're going to be group 2. They are very reactive metals, and they're always combined with something else in nature, kind of similar to how our alkali metals were. Several of the elements are important minerals like magnesium and calcium. If we want to remember where alkali versus alkaline are, group 2 are the alkaline earth metals, and it's 2 words. Group 1 are the alkali metals, and that's 1 word. The middle section are all called the transition metals. So these are groups 3 through 12 that have very similar chemical and physical properties. They are less reactive than groups 1 and 2, but they are harder than groups 1 and 2. They include metals that we use in jewelry and metals that we use in construction. Usually, if you think of a metal, that's probably going to be a transition metal for you. So any of the copper, silver, any of the normal metals that you're going to think about are gold included, are these transition metals. All right, now we're going to jump around just a little bit. Group 7 on the periodic table are the halogens. So the 7th column on the table, group 17, they are very reactive, they're volatile, diatomic, meaning that they come in pairs. So this means that you'll never find it by itself, but it'll be F2, chlorine 2, bromine 2, iodine 2. Diatomic means they occur in pairs, and they are nonmetals. They're always combined with something else in nature. Remember our sodium chloride from the beginning. We took a very reactive metal and a very reactive nonmetal and combined them together to make a very unreactive salt. These halogens are used as disinfectants in chlorine for your swimming pool, whatnot, and they're used to strengthen your teeth. So most of our water is enhanced with fluorine. Fluorinated toothpaste is also a thing that we often use, except for babies. So it helps to strengthen your teeth. All right, last group on the table are the noble gases. Noble gases are in group 18. They're very unreactive. So these are the least reactive on the entire table. They don't combine with other elements. They're used in neon signs. Those aren't always neon, but they are usually a noble gas. And they have a full valence shell. So these are the ones that have 8 valence electrons that we talked about in the last video. Which means they are super stable. All right, let's talk about the odd ones out because there are several of these. Hydrogen. Hydrogen belongs to a family of its own. Hydrogen's diatomic. It's a super reactive gas, and it can be used in these hydrogen bombs that you know about. Now the boron family. These are the elements in group 13. Aluminum metal was once rare and expensive, not considered a disposable metal. The carbon family are the elements in group 14, and these contain elements that are important to computers. And now carbon has its own branch of chemistry called organic chemistry, or referred to as OChem. And we have silicon and germanium in this group. They are important semiconductors used in computers. Next we have the nitrogen family. These are elements in group 15. Nitrogen makes up over 75% of the entire atmosphere, so it's kind of a big deal. Nitrogen and phosphorus are both important in living things, and most of the world's nitrogen is not available to living things. It's not usable by us. The red stuff on the tip of your mattress is phosphorus, and these behave nitrogen, phosphorus pretty similarly. Next we have the metalloids in pink. We've already talked about the metalloids before, but they're along the stair-step line. Remember we looked at it last time of the periodic table, looks like that. They have characteristics of metals and nonmetals. They are sometimes shiny, sometimes not. They conduct, but not as well as metals, but not as poorly as nonmetals, so they're just kind of the strange ones there. The periodic table is the most important thing that you're going to ever use in chemistry. So I encourage you to take a minute, look at it. You're going to be looking at it over and over and over this year. So make yourself familiar with the periodic table and how it's laid out. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. You did great. Go out and be awesome.